The New Holland has been working its butt off the last week or so. As you see, we flip litter, and we flip litter 3 times before we spread it back out, including pile up. And that means the New Holland just works its butt off for about a week. And you guys don't see a lot of it because it's so repetitive and slow. But anyways, we got a little bit of excitement out of somewhat of windrowing. So back when we had chickens in this barn, right before they went out, they were about to sell. And what happened is there's these sight tubes on our water lines. I don't know if you can see them right there. And basically, they're just a clear tube that goes onto a fitting, and they just have like a hose clamp around them. And what happened is that hose clamp came loose, and that caused that tube to come off the fitting, so water came out. And it soaked our floor, but luckily it was the last day, so it wasn't a huge issue. We just put some floor absorber down, helped soak up that water, so it wasn't a big deal. But we have a little bit of wet litter in here. This stuff is no good, so we're gonna take our bucket and scoop it out of the barn, and we'll just put it in our composting area, and that way it'll get spread onto a field when it's time. You guys want to see a cool magic trick? Here, I'll show you here in just a minute. Look, now it's all spread out. Look at our new investment that we made. It is a total of $150. And let me say, it is the cheapest, greatest investment we've ever made in our lifetime of a history of farming. Now, the reason it's $150 is because it is pretty well shot and it's worn out to nothing. As you can see, our belt tensioner is working as it should. The pulleys are definitely in line with each other. The motor, well, it's only about 200 degrees and baking hotter, but it's only going to do about 100 to 150 bales a year. And as you see, we got our little square bales here for the donkey. So it's only going to be doing that many a year, so I think it's going to ride. We'll run it till the motor just don't run no more. Well, after the camera came out, we didn't make it far. We got about 90 bales total up there in the loft, and we still got about 50 bales left in the trailer to go. And we were doing this all ourselves, and it took probably less than an hour to get 90 bales up there, and it was the labor was not that difficult. We have doubled the value of our hay elevator because the motor is fried now, so we're going to have to buy a new motor for it, and that probably will double the value of the thingy. For all you people that work in the hay industry full time, I got one or two things to say to you, and I don't know which one to pick yet. Number one being, my hat's off to you, or number two being, it sucks to be you. Those are the only two things I got. I hate hay very much. So now we have moved on, and it is time to spread out litter. We have piled up the barns, we flipped the litter, and now it's time to get them spread up. So I got the New Holland warming up over there, and I like to do 2 passes when spreading litter. First, we'll go through and we'll do the coverage pass, which is at a lower depth, so that way we make sure we get litter covered across the floor entirely. Night. With my head up like a pretty wire, with my head
do. I always hide. Hey, you can outline my days, you can create a super feeling, slowly every minute, but in my heart I won't be okay. Yeah, come find my ways, make me honest.
And then we're gonna raise our depth up some, and we'll do what we call an extra litter pass. So all the litter that's still in a windrow after the floor got covered, we'll go through and spread it out at a higher depth. We just finished litter, so now we are setting up barns. You guys have not seen a lot of this just because usually when we're doing litter, they are right behind us putting lines down and dropping stuff. So usually when I'm wrapping up litter, they've already got all the barns set up. But I actually finished one barn ahead of them this time. So you guys are going to get to see how all this stuff works a little bit more. I guess to start out, you have all your lines sitting up there on the ceiling. You got 2 water lines and a feed line for each side of the house. They're just held up there by pulleys, and then we'll undrill it and the lines will come down. And just like that, that barn is set up, and that means all 6 are set up. So we got other stuff to do coming up before we have to get chickens back. So you guys will see that. But we're done down here for today. Remember, get you a punch card, and each time you watch one of my videos, put a punch in it. And then when you hit 10 punches, next video you get free. Praise the Lord, we were able to get another video out on the interwebs to you guys and produce it and make it. And we're going to try something new. So everybody comment down below one thing that you are thankful for that the Lord has given you. I am thankful that I have neighbors who let me borrow their internet, so that way I can make videos and upload them to YouTube and get them out to you guys. We got more chicken content coming. They're year-round, 24/7. And somebody asked in the comments, I remember seeing it, they're asking what our turnaround is. I don't think I've ever said this, but we used to have a pretty good turnaround, like, 18, 21 days, but that's been years ago. Ever since inflation went up, 14 days is the max you'll ever get. And there's only been one time in the last probably 3 years that we've got something over 14 days. And 14 days is a tight turnaround to get everything done. But on average, we're a 14-day layout. It's probably going to be years before we get anything nicer than that. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Hope that you enjoyed it. Remember, faith, family, farming. See you in the next one.